we ended up having to do to win the game. Played a very sloppy game, in my opinion. And they had some really good things. Started off extremely well. Like the way we got out of the gate. I mean, offensively, we never punted on the night. Never had a punt. I mean, I don't know how many times I've ever done that. Had 600 yards of offense, but we had 4 critical turnovers. One was some of them just tips and things, tip linemen. I mean, not bad decisions, really not bad decisions, but we got to get those cleaned up. And one at the end, on the punt return, just got to let that ball go. Made a poor decision, give it up right there. If he touched it, I guess he did. Defensively, I thought we made 2 big plays. Big interception before half was critical, and then the interception for touchdown was good, but we still give up 226 yards rushing. Can't have that. They were 7 of 18 on third down. That's too many. We were really good on third down, 9 of 13. That's the other thing. Don't punt and go 9 of 13, still only score 34 points. Two turnovers down in the red zone. We were 4 out of 6. Had the 2 turnovers there. But at times we ran the ball, got to play. Had 2 critical holding calls. Had a critical holding call the first drive, second half. Haynes scrambled, made a big first down. Hit a pass. We're down about the 4-yard line, ready to score and get a hold, have to back up, and then we ended up kicking a field goal, got up 2 scores, and then got it on defense. But proud of the guys the way we come out the second half. Even though we didn't play well the first half, come out, got a stop, scored a field goal, got the turnover on defense, got another stop, scored a touchdown, got another stop, scored a touchdown, and stretched the game away and did the things we had to do and made the adjustments we had to make. But we got to play a lot cleaner game, and we got to coach a better game. We got to coach a better game, have them better prepared. That's on me. We'll get that fixed, and we're going to do a better job of that. But there were some really good individual things that happened at times. We got to collectively put the drive together. But had 2 backs of 100 yards. The chain was out, had 127. Spiller had 113. I think they caught the ball nice, made some really nice plays. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, we had a drop touchdown in there early. Right on the second drive, we got a field goal. I mean, that's what I say, all those things, and we still got to clean it up. And the good thing is we can. And the good thing is some guys, you can't get better. We can get a lot better. So we need to do it, and that's coaching. Chapman was good to see him back on the field. Made a couple big plays. Jalen had his. Chase made a couple nice catches. So we'll get better. I thought we kicked the ball. Our kickoff guy, he was awesome. Coming in there and taking Caden's spot. Caden was out and hit those kicks, and I thought we covered kicks really well. I think all of them but the one he hit in the middle a little bit, they got a bigger return on. The rest of them were inside the 25, so I thought we did a really good job there. Thought we in the first half give up, even though the defense didn't give up points, we gave up field position, gave up too many first downs, and we started with long field. That was why we were moving the ball on offense. And we get 4 or 5 first downs, but then we still get, and that's when you get to the point place. We played on long fields a little bit, so that's a part of it. But hey, we'll learn from the first game. Hopefully we'll get a lot better, get a lot of practice time, and get a couple guys back, if we say some of those injuries and banged up, and play better. But we got to do a better job playing, and I got to do a better job coaching them to get them ready.
Start with Olin and then Travis.
A couple things, Jimbo.
Hang on, get the mic, please.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're in trouble.
I guess I got too excited. A couple of things. First of all, Haynes throwing 33 passes. Did you come in wanting in the game plan to give him a lot of work?
We're down the scene. We're coming to swing. We ain't coming there to run it though. We're going to make big plays. We got guys that get it down the field, and we got to be able to throw the football. We got to be able to run the football. And I was very proud. Like I said, what I was happy about with him in the game, we had some mistakes right there, and ball turned over. His mentality didn't change. He stayed right in the game, making decisions, making calls, going right at it. Now, for a young guy, sometimes that gets very tough, especially when you first start and really make some nice plays. So, yeah, we're going to swing the ball.
Why do you think that y'all weren't as strong against the run as?
I don't know. We have to let them fit. I don't know if it's fit, discipline. A lot of it was quarterback scrambling. I know one thing. We got to do a better job rush. Our ends are getting too far up the field. We're not packing inside with our tackles and cleating those, and the spy guys on there got hung up a couple guys. A lot of that rushing, some of it came out of quarterback scrambles. I mean, what did their quarterback have? What? Let me see right here. That's a big thing. It's got to get out, and that's where big play. That's where it gets you in trouble because you come off guys. Where is their guy right here? He had 60 yards, and we sacked him 3 or 4 times. How many sacks we have in the game? This one ain't on here.
Yes, sir. 5 total sacks, 3 against Crum.
Okay, had 5 total sacks and 3 against him, and he still had 60 yards. So there's a lot of positive yards rushing for him that we got to get cleaned up. And like I say, you want to sack the quarterback, but you got to affect the quarterback. And what you got to do, you got to compress the pocket on him and not let him have room to step up and make those plays.
Go down the front, Travis, and then Zach to the left.
You talk about kind of changing the mentality quickly with Haynes. Did you see the same kind of thing with Leon going from potentially being ejected to then making that pick 6?
Yeah, well, let me ask this. Here's the other part. The hit was in bounds. So why was there a 15-yard penalty? Chain scored on that big run he had, too. It was a first down on the first 3rd and 1. There was interference on 81 on the ball in the end zone. Yes, they were pretty shabby too. Their first game, they weren't on top of it at all.
The with Leon too, just his ability to kind of flip that. How much you think that momentum?
Oh, it's
shifted
big.
the
I
offense?
mean, that's what I say. Leon knows. That's why you get mature players, guys that stay to their senior years. It's amazing how good they play. It's amazing how good they play and how much maturity you have. And Leon watching it, he deserves everything he's getting. He's understanding how to be a team player. He's understanding how to lead. And he made 2 critical big plays. And he made some other plays in the game. I mean, I'm very happy for him. He deserves everything that's happened to him.
To the left, Zach, and then Christie here in the middle.
Jimbo, almost 2 years since Kyle Field last had full capacity.
Yeah,
so your
that was
thoughts
awesome.
on the crowd and everything else?
That was awesome. See the red, white, and blue and tribute. That was I've never seen anything like that in the stadium. That was absolutely amazing. And the noise was great. The fans were great. Glad we won for them. Wish we'd played a little better.
Go here to the right, Christie, and then to the left, Battalion.
To go back to Leon, whenever you have someone with that kind of energy and excitement to make plays like that, how much of a boost does that just give to your whole team?
Oh, he's an energizer bunny. But that's why I say you got to have that. You got to have that guy that's always keeping guys and getting guys going. And it's a big part of it, man. Energy, and because listen, there's ups and downs of the game. You got to play that next play. And you get down, you find that guy's got that energy that you feed off of, and that's very critical. That's as critical as the plays he makes.
Go to the left, Battalion, Jennifer.
Hi, Coach Fisher. Jennifer Schrader with the Battalion. Following King's 14-yard scramble in the second quarter, some Aggies took to Twitter and described him as Haynes football. How does that make you feel, and what was going through your mind?
Well,
after that
I'll tell
play?
you what now, I will say that he was electric with his legs for the most part, and he did a good job, in that, making plays, keeping his eyes up, scrambling. I mean, it's fun. I mean, those things, listen, you can say coaching all you want, but man, those guys want to separate the game and make things really fun. And when you can do things like that, that's what you got to do to get to that next level and play in those big games and win big games and because things break down sometimes. Those guys can ad-lib and do that. Very proud. Every time he did that, something really good came out of it.
We'll stay to the left, Battalion, and then down front, Cole.
Hey, Coach, Ryan Faulkner here. First of all, congrats on the win. You just talked about Haynes King running, but another guy who really did some great stuff on the ground, Isaiah Spiller.
Oh.
I'm sure you knew going into it he only needed 18 yards to hit the 2,000 mark, and he blew that out of the water.
No, I didn't, but
where do you see him fitting into the offense going forward?
no, he's going to be. He's going to get his touch. Him and the chain going to touch the ball plenty. I promise you. Different ways, because they can catch it, they can run it. I'm going to tell you what, they're both selfless. They block. Anais is too. When he's back there running, all 3 of those guys block, run, catch, really good. But Spiller was outstanding tonight. And I'm going to tell you what, his leadership. There's another guy. You talk about has really emerged into a leader and how he practices and affects guys in a great way. Not just his performance, but it's amazing. You know why his performance so well? He did it all camp. He's been amazing at camp, as good as anybody we got on our team this whole camp. Spiller's been awesome.
Down front, Cole.
Coach, I just want to get your thoughts on Caleb Chapman. For him to be able to come back the way he was after, especially going through the injury he had against Florida, really just kind of picking up the same pace. What does that do for your offense?
It's big. I mean, you get another weapon. You get the size, you get the speed, you get the athleticism, you get underneath routes, catches. I mean, Caleb's a really good player. And like I say, he had to get in that game and get hit a little bit, get tackled, and realize that it's all okay. Because that's the part of being injured a lot. It's the mental part. Because he's had 2 of them. He's had happened to him twice. I mean. One was a freak thing in practice when he was a freshman. And I said, when he was a freshman, we were getting ready to play him a bunch. And he and the scout team guy just got tangled up on a route. And it happened to him. And it happened to him after he makes a big touchdown catch. Had some bad luck. But, man, getting him back is a big plus for us, for sure.
Time for a couple more white shirts here on the right, and then to the back, Mike. Yeah, you're it. Go.
Hey, Coach Fisher. I'm Grant Gasper with the Battalion. So after a rough second quarter, what did you tell your players in the locker room in order for them to turn things around in the area?
Well, I mean, go back to your fundamentals. Go back to your fundamentals. Go back to your teaching. These are the things we're going to do. We got to play it one play at a time. Start doing ordinary things better. Sometimes you start trying to do too much. Go back to fundamentals. Put your hat where it's supposed to be. Your eyes where it's supposed to be. Run and catch and do the things from a fundamental standpoint and do what we do. And play it one play at a time. Quit worrying about the scoreboard. Quit pressing. Don't try to make too many big plays. Make the plays that are in front of you. Trust your eyes. React to what you see. Don't think, play football, and go back to what we did, and we were able to do that.
Go to the back behind the lights, Mike.
question. Very
and
good
then Olin down front will wrap us up.
Coach, you talked about Spiller's leadership. He was one of the 4 captains before the game with Leal, Green, and Smith, 4 juniors. How rare is it to have 4 captains and none of them be seniors?
Well, I mean, and what else you have with those guys? They all started since they've been here, ain't they? They all stepped right in and did it. But I mean, those guys have done a tremendous job. And I said this about Isaiah before. There's nothing crazy about why he's playing good. He's been practicing good, thinking good. His whole demeanor since spring ball has been unbelievable. As good as anybody's on our team. And I don't mean that in any disrespect to anybody else. I mean, he's been outstanding, and a lot of those guys have. But he's been tremendous and happy for him. But it's awesome to have 4 juniors like that. That's for sure.
Olin, you finish this up. We got players ready.
Yeah, Jim, I know you touched on this, but I wanted just to ask you directly, your, off the top of your head, evaluation of Haynes in his first.
Thought he played really well. Thought he overcame adversity. Thought he made plays when he had to. Outstanding on third down. The tip ball that he had in the third quarter on the crazy, the guy's wide open. He makes it. The D lineman throws his hand up at the end and tips, and still he got to find a way to get it over. But he's making the right throw to the right guy, right on the money. The tip ball, we're throwing it to the cross where the tight end thinks it's him. He reaches up, hits it with his hand, deflects it back. And the other one should have worked the other side probably. But the guy's 9 of 13 on third down. He's 21 out of 33. He scored his touchdowns, and he overcame things. And that's the way you measure players, I do. When things ain't all perfect, your first time out there, man, you could gain a lot of doubt on yourself. He did. And the things he created with his legs, the plays he created, he had to create a big drive the first half. You remember on the 3rd and 4, we get the first down to take us down to 4, and we get the holding call. So, there are a lot of things to clean up without a doubt. We'll clean those up, but there's still a lot of big plays there. There's a lot of creativity, there's a lot of big plays, and a lot of potential to be right there. And I thought he handled the adversity extremely well. No demeanor didn't change. Kept calling the plays, and he's still throwing that ball right between him and Ashes. A lot of times, young guys, when they get those picks, they don't want to go back in the middle of that field. They don't go back in that maze. Doesn't bother him. He's a competitor, man. He's a competitor.
Coach, thanks. We'll get the players up.
Thank you.